Being closed-minded is easily one of the worst character attributes that you could have. When you're closed-minded, you're not open to questioning your beliefs, any new, I wouldn't even call them radical ideas, but any new basically concepts about reality that question your worldview, and it really threatens you because you think that the tiny little box that you're trapped in of all your ideologies, beliefs, and opinions are the exact way that life is. And no matter who you are, where you live, what you believe, if you have opinions, if you view the world, then you are wrong. That's including me, because the way that you view the world isn't exactly the way the world is. The world is the way it is, no matter what you think about it, no matter how you view it, and your perception of an infinite universe, of an infinite reality, can't be exactly as it is because your perception is finite, your perception is limited. And if you're basically holding on to this arrogance of, I think I know it all, I don't need to learn anything, you're holding on to this closed minded attitude. It's basically like your mind is a door, and you can choose to open it a little, and however much you open it, knowledge will basically just start flooding in, basically like an ocean flooding in. Maybe it's like more like a dam, but the more you close this dam, it's just going to get stuck. Knowledge isn't going to be coming in. If you think that you know it all, if you think that your mind is already full, well, I'm just going to tell you that it's never going to be full. There is more knowledge in the universe than you could ever learn, and you will not even scratch 0.0000001% of it. There are millions of books being published each year, all with new knowledge being discovered, yet you, for some reason, think that you know it all just because you read 3 books or you watched a YouTube video, and that's just completely not true. Being closed-minded, again, is one of the worst character attributes that you can have if you're not open to questioning your beliefs, questioning the reality that you live in. Well, what are you really doing here? Oh, maybe you say, I don't like to question that stuff because the bigger questions scare me. Well, let's face it, there's no reason to be scared. You were born one day, you are going to die one day. Don't you think the whole point of being here is to figure out why you're here, what you should be doing? It doesn't even matter, like, oh, question about like whether there's an afterlife or not. I mean, you know my opinion on that. I think that we live infinite lives. You've lived and died probably millions of times before this. You will continue to live and die a million times after this. But if you're very stuck, and I just want to preface that by saying that I did not used to believe that. When I was a kid growing up, I thought that you only lived once, and I thought that because that's what other people around me told me, and I never really questioned my beliefs until a couple of years ago when I went through a kind of transformation, going through depression, anxiety, realizing that my beliefs about the world were very skewed towards fear, hatred, anger, and I realized that that's not actually the way that the world worked. I used to be one of the most closed-minded people ever. Anytime anybody would bring me any new information, I would kind of just scoff at the idea. I thought that I knew it all, and I realized that I legitimately know nothing. The people that think they know the most are really the people that know nothing, and the people that don't think they know anything at all really know more than they think they do. But in the grand scheme of things, if you want to look at all of the universe, all the information in the universe, you can call it the Akashic records. You can look that up, see what that means. But there is so much information out there that we'll probably never be able to learn in this lifetime. It takes millions of lifetimes to learn. We can't even figure out how the pyramids were built, yet we think that we're smarter than the ancient Egyptians. Maybe we are, maybe we aren't, but the fact that people are so arrogant and stuck in their beliefs is one of the reasons that we have such a divide in our ideologies and our politics. People aren't willing to basically have open conversations about why they believe what they believe in. Some people believe, I don't even want to go there, but some people believe that aliens aren't real. Some people believe that aliens are real, and you're not going to be able to convince somebody else of your opinion. I can't sit here in a YouTube video and tell you that I believe that there is intelligent life on other planets that is far more intelligent than us. Because if you're not on that same wavelength, if you don't have as open a mind of me and haven't read the books that I've read and watched the shows and videos that I've watched and have the same experiences as me, obviously you're not going to think the exact same way. So all I can do is tell you to maybe question some of the things that you take for granted, question who you really are, what you're really doing here. And the more you question, the more you desire to learn more information. It's kind of like magic. I don't know where the information comes from. Maybe it comes from somewhere up above. Maybe it comes from somewhere within you. Maybe it's all generated in your mind. Maybe this reality is all just a dream generated in your mind. Made another video about that. But being closed-minded isn't going to get you anywhere in life, because if you're closed-minded and somebody's basically enlightening with you with the most important information that you could ever read in your life in a book, and you're just not open to the information, you're just not having it, well, you can't really blame the book. I see a lot of people on writing book reviews on Amazon for books that changed my life, kind of books like The Power of Now, The Untethered Soul, just to name two of them. And I know that the impact that those books had on my life, seeing, reading, and just interpreting the knowledge to my best ability and implementing it in my life, has had such a profound, life-changing effect on everything. Definitely the most spiritual aspects of my life, but really just the way that my mind works now and the way that I perceive myself and reality. But I'll be reading reviews on Amazon and people are saying that this is terrible, it didn't help them at all. And yeah, maybe some of us learn differently, some of us don't react the same to certain information, but I find it very interesting that people can read the exact same words, yet have very different interpretations of it, very different experiences of it. And my view of that is that some people are far more closed-minded. They don't want to believe anything to be real. They want to believe that everything is just fake. Maybe everything is fake, but what good does that do you in believing that? What good does it do you to try to disprove everybody else's theory just so you can be the one who thinks you're the smartest out of everybody? Because even if you're the smartest human here, what's the point of it? You think that there aren't aliens that are a million times smarter than you, that have minds the size of Earth? I really don't even know. That's a crazy concept to have. But if you're so closed-minded that you can't even question your beliefs and you can't even accept somebody else's viewpoint, that it could have validity, and you're one of those people that's always arguing and always trying to basically shove your viewpoint down somebody else's throat, people don't like that. I definitely used to be one of those people, and now I know that if I just want to voice my opinions, if I just want to rant, I can just do it on YouTube and 3 people will watch it. And that's fine with me, because I don't need to argue my points to people anymore, because I know that it's not going to change anybody else's mind. Nothing that I say is going to change your mind, and I'm fine with that. But if I could just get you to open your mind up, if your mind is like here, my mind used to be here, and then through new experiences, through new knowledge, it became about here. And then I read this book that completely changed my life, and it just completely, basically like blossomed, and your mind's just going to go as far as you let it open. Open those doors, open those gates. Maybe they lead to heaven, maybe they lead to hell. You have to walk down that path. You have to really see for yourself. You can't take anybody else's word for anything. I'm definitely not saying that you shouldn't be a skeptic. You should be definitely skeptical of what other people tell you and whether it's true, and fact check it for yourself and have your own direct experience to basically weigh other people's opinions against. Don't get me wrong there. But you also shouldn't just dismiss any idea right away without truly questioning it, without truly trying to experience it from their point of view, from your point of view. Maybe have a conversation. Why do you think this way? That's just my 2 cents on it. I just know that I used to be a very closed-minded person, and that led me down the road to a bunch of mental health issues, anxiety and depression. And I know that the way that I got out of it was by being open-minded and by trying new things such as meditation, cold showers, and you might just hear that and think, how could meditation, cold showers help cure depression? There's definitely a scientific reason for it. All I know is that it's something that I ingrained as a habit 2 years ago and have been doing it every single day, and it's completely changed my life, pretty much like magic. Not even like a magic pill, because you still have to do it. You still have to sit there, just do nothing but breathe for 10, 15 minutes, which a lot of people can't do. But then again, I think meditation is one of those things that's really opened my mind. I think it's really like your mind is so clogged with all these thoughts, and you're not able to let them go. You're just too busy clinging to them and judging them. And when you meditate, you're basically clearing your mind, you're emptying it, you're letting it all flow away from you, up, down, wherever you want it to go. You're just observing it. You're just breathing in, breathing out in peace, breathe in love, breathe in peace, and you're just observing. And the kind of open-mindedness that I'm talking about, don't believe everything everybody tells you. Maybe don't believe anything anybody tells you. I know that's contradicting, but it has to be in line with your own experience. Maybe we're all not even perceiving the same things. Maybe some people can perceive things that would seem crazy to you. Maybe you perceive things that would be crazy to somebody else. So I would say definitely trust your own eyes, your own three eyes. Trust your own judgment over anybody else's judgment. Believe me that. But don't just dismiss what they're saying right away. Really try to see it from their point of view. Try to see it. Just open your mind just a tad bit, just a tad bit. It might be closed right now, but I think that if you open your mind, you'll see just a lot of new information, a lot of new knowledge flood in that you won't even know where it came from. I think it's coming from right here. Some people call it the third eye. I'm just speaking from my experience. I know that I didn't used to think this way. I didn't used to feel this way. And I was living very ignorantly, very arrogantly, thinking that I knew it all. And I can proudly say that I know just probably 1,000,000 times more than what I knew even 2 years ago, just by reading books, meditating, cold showers, changing my life completely. That being said, though, I still think that I know absolutely nothing, because I know just how far up it goes, how infinite the universe really is now. And back then, when I thought I knew everything, I thought I had it all figured out. I really knew nothing. And I realize now that nobody has it all figured out. You're never going to have it all figured out, because you're not perfect. Because if you were here on this earth right now and you were perfect, you wouldn't be here. You'd be in heaven, you'd be in wherever, some other multi-dimensional perfect universe, utopia, which do exist, by the way, allegedly. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say. Try opening your mind, let some new knowledge in, let it flood in the ocean. Have a great day. Peace.